All right, looks like we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Spelunky HD here with meowmixmix. Let's give it up.
All right. Hey, everyone. This is Spelunky HD. I'm meowmixmix. This is my commentator, Ix. I believe the red character won.
Red Turban Guy is the winner.
All right. So this is who we're playing.
Solid choice.
All right. So time will go countdown from 3. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
All right. So we're going to start off the game doing the tutorial. This is a clean save file. So we got to run through the tutorial. We're going to start off with a glitch called the blackout glitch. I messed it up there. There we go. Basically, if you open and close one of those help and options menu or leaderboard right away, it blacks out the screen and it lets you get in the tutorial with some resources that you're not supposed to get in with. So that's how I'm using these bombs right now.
Yep, usually start out with 0 bombs and 0 ropes, but he'll be able to get through a much quicker path to the exit here. Actually whipping out some of his own strats at the beginning of 0-2 here. That's the meow mix throw. This is the only non-procedurally generated level, and so there are quite a few optimizations that we can identify by particular runner just because we've run this individual stage quite a few times.
Yeah. There's a little bit of RNG in that. There's a shop there at the end that you can sometimes get a teleporter. And a couple people have gotten world record using that, but there's a player named Spef who just embarrassed us all by beating us without it. So
You're just a couple seconds faster than anyone else. And all right, so Meow is going to be delivering bombs to the Tunnel Man at the end of 1-4 here. He's going to make a total of 9 deliveries throughout this run. The first one is going to be the 1 bomb delivery. And this is usually pretty automatic for runners, but there are things that can always happen off screen. The really neat thing about Spelunky and why it's so replayable is Meow has never seen this level before. Everything about the game is randomized, so I know that the randomizers have gotten really popular in the speedrunning community, but this entire game is randomized. The items, the levels, the enemies, and
yeah,
it's looking good so far.
That's awesome.
So 1 more level, and he's going to be able to hit the first checkpoint, deliver that 1 bomb, and yeah, looking good, Meow.
This is an all shortcuts category, so the way we unlock the shortcuts is by doing 3 deliverables in each area. So that was the first one. So this is a scripted death here because we have to run through this first mines area again to turn in the second deliverable.
Yep. So now onto the 1 rope split, just like the last couple of stages. He needs to end this with 1 rope left in his inventory, deliver that to the Tunnel Man, and he'll be on to the next split. So this is also probably the best first opportunity for donations on these rope splits.
Oh,
They're a little less interesting than the rest, but okay, we got a jetpack.
Right. Yeah, sure. So we have a $5 donation from Jake Treester.
All right.
It says, "Good luck, meow. Meow sup."
So he's referring to
Thanks,
one of
Jake.
the emoji in our community. Meow sup is Meow looking behind his back, and there it is. So Twitch chat didn't get to see it, but we got to see it in the audience at Twitch.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. We also have a $50 donation from Alon WY and Nico. Says, "Good luck, meow," with a colon right parentheses, which I'm told is a smiley face.
So a little bit of a hiccup there. We had an off-screen Cobra shooting spit at him, knocks him to an enemy. Very classic Spelunky death. Because it's very early on in the game, he's not going to lose very much time. But yeah, that's the sort of off-screen RNG we deal with when we play this game.
Yep. The worst are really arrow traps in this area. It's probably my least favorite part about the game. The whip is actually really underrated as like when players are first starting this game because it's so powerful, but you just gotta know how to use it. You can use it to deflect the arrows with the right timing. So
Yeah,
probably the most useful item in the game.
It's a very tricky exit there with a kind of hidden arrow trap, but he sees it, drops a rope, and disables that trap. Another good example of the arrow whip by Meow. It's one of the first speedrunning strats you learn, the muscle memory to pull it off just over and over throughout the game. But it looks like I believe that's 1-4.
I think so.
So he'll make it his second delivery, that one rope. He's going to reset again. This is a planned death.
Yeah.
And he's going to start to gather 10,000 gold to deliver to the Tunnel Man.
So once I finish this split, we're done with the mines area, at least till the end. We'll have to come back here one more time. You'll see why. But after this, there's two more areas. There's the jungle and the ice caves that we need to run through a few times to get more shortcuts.
Actually, in addition to the levels being randomized, the music is randomized, and this is one of the rare soundtrack chiptunes that's included in the game. So unfortunately, we only get to hear it for about 7 seconds because Meow's moving so quickly.
What is it? Is it like a 1 in 100 chance of that track playing?
Something like that, yeah.
That's for each level, though, you get on, so.
So still needs about 2,100 gold in this final level here to give to the shopkeeper. We've had a couple of races where the runners will forget to get that last bit of gold and just kind of feel silly exiting. But yeah, 10,000 gold on the dot. It's all planned.
All right, this is the first time where we don't really need to do a scripted death here. Because we've unlocked the shortcut, once you unlock the first shortcut, you can start immediately going to start the deliverable for the next shortcut. So like, I don't need a reset or anything. I can just continue through this area. And the first deliverable for each area is always going to be bombs. Second one's always going to be ropes. It's just the amount changes each time. So it's going to be 2 bombs this time. Oh man, this is okay. That was a annoying spot.
Price always goes up on these deliveries.
The third one's always a different item though. Like the third one on the last one was 10K. So this time, once we get there, it's gonna be a shotgun. Oh no.
Dark level. So this is also RNG. If you finish a stage in more than 20 seconds, there's a chance that the next level will be dark, and it's way more dangerous. The Spelunky coders gave us a torch to make it through, but it's still way riskier. Have to take a lot of chances or slow down, and we usually like to take chances because we're speedrunners.
There we go.
Yeah, very nice. That's not trivial. So
there's a lot of things that can just kill you in one hit in this game, kind of randomly too. So when you can't see those things coming up, that's why the dark levels are a big pain.
By the way, did we make the worm incentive?
We did, in fact, make the worm incentive.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to see something that hasn't been seen at GDQ before. Meow's going to get himself swallowed by a worm, and it's one of the harder levels in Spelunky. So already a very tough game, and he's going to do everything he can to increase the difficulty. But thanks for those donations to make that possible. So, all right, this is pretty nice. He has to first find a damsel and then find this worm tongue. It's this weird reddish-orange object on the left here, and that's actually very...
That's a nice start for the
definitely.
worm. Normally, a lot of the times the damsel's really far separated from the worm tongue there. And like you might even have to go to the bottom of the level and like climb all the way back up to get them in. So that was really good.
So it's a very thin stage full of really dangerous enemies. There's spikes. Whip can kill most enemies, but not those moving bacteria that are just... Okay. Oh, no. So he hit a randomly generated bubble, and hopefully he'll be able to live. This is going to cost quite a few HP here. But he grabs a very rare weapon called the Chris Knife, only available in the worm. It will kill almost any enemy with just a single slice. So you're rewarded for your effort going in the worm. That right there on the right is a special worm character. Looks like Meow's going to skip it, but yeah, very nice worm, Meow. So he's got
Thanks.
one more level to deliver. I believe we're on the 2 ropes.
Oh,
And of course, we
no.
get a dark level, so it's probably close to impossible, or at least I don't think anyone's... Oh, we got a jetpack, so balancing out some of the RNG just a little bit here.
If only this was the next split. Oh no, I'm at 1 HP.
A little bit of safety. Very nice knife.
All right, there we
And
go.
he makes it out. Great job, Meow.
I can explain why. You want to explain why the jetpack would be good on the next split?
Oh, sure, yeah. So the jetpack is a very rare item drop. I don't know if it's 1 in 500 or 1 in 1,000 or something of that nature, but it's the best mobility item in the game. Nice little shop robbery by Meow here. On this next split, he's going to have to deliver a shotgun to the tunnel man at the end of this level. And this is the single split that causes the most amount of difference between the high-level runners. If you get a shotgun, you can also continue on into the ice caves and potentially make 2 more deliveries. We get the first appearance of our friend, the Hired Help, and it's one of the worst titled entities in the game because, oh God. All right, nice. Everything's under control.
Oh my life.
So yeah, the Hired Help will actually help you carry around a couple items, but you usually don't want to...
Oh!
My goodness. I don't even know how he got up there. So this is Spelunky in a nutshell. All right, so the Tiki Trap kills one of them.
I missed. All right, I got this guy. I got this.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that Tiki Trap killed the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Well done.
So since I robbed the shop, all their shopkeeper friends are angry at me for the rest of this life,
Yeah.
and they'll be waiting for me at every exit.
Yeah. Luckily, he's got a shotgun to take him
Oh,
out in the distance, but...
I didn't realize I had a mitt. Oops. I was like trying to time that, but
So the pitcher's mitt changes how you throw items, and so he was trying to lob the orange frog onto the shopkeeper, but
yeah.
but no problem there. One more level to be able to deliver this shotgun, but yeah, things are difficult. 2-4 is filled with more enemies than the earlier jungle stages, so we're taking an already very difficult level, and... All right, nice snipe, and makes it out alive. Very nice. All right, so he delivers the shotgun. He's going to move into the ice cave for his first triple bomb delivery, and he makes a decision to not reset, and that would eliminate shopkeeper aggro. Instead, he's going to have just very few resources to get out, and the shopkeepers are still mad at him. I think he's enjoying the hype
Ooh.
of the run, but we talked about safe strats before, but that's not happening.
No.
Diamond gloves are nice.
I have a lot of ribs. It's okay.
So ideally, he'll be able to deliver both the 3 bombs, and then we'll see if he's able to also, on the same life, continue through to the 3 bomb delivery, 3 rope delivery. Call it the triple delivery. But we'll see. Very difficult to pull off, but it saves almost trivial amount of time in the grand scheme of things.
That's a nice shop.
Yeah, gets some of his bombs back. Usually these shopkeepers, okay, they do jump off the ledge here.
They're pretty nice in the ice caves because there's like this is the only area where there's like an abyss. So most of the time when they get mad, they start running around and jumping around and everything, and just random explosions going on.
So he's going to try to get into this shaft up here. We call it the mothership, and it's going to allow him to deliver the first 3 bombs, and if he does 2 more levels to be able to attempt the 3 rope split. Very tricky entrance here, which would be a little bit easier with a jetpack. This UFO is not being very friendly here.
Let me up.
We got tons of ropes. Just there it is. All right, so he'll make it out.
Give me the iframes. There we go.
All right. So that's the 3 bombs.
All right. So now, yeah. So it kind of thinks you finished the the ice caves when you enter the mothership, but you're not actually done with it. So this is why we can do a triple delivery on this split.
Yeah. So we said the worm is hard. Probably the toughest single sub-room or screen that we see in the game is the top of this mothership here with the shopkeeper. I think he got a better layout for this exit, but it's never quite safe. You're going to see a shopkeeper jump out at him.
Luckily, I got a lot of resources.
You got the mid as well. This would be easier with, if he didn't have the mid, he'd be able to lob bombs in. But you can see just off screen, there's a shopkeeper. Oh, nice bomb.
That got it. That bounced off the wall.
Bounced off the wall.
That was awesome.
So still one more stage to finish before the triple rope delivery. And of course, the wet fur, one of these randomly generated levels that is way more difficult than the standard ice cave level. So just typical marathon luck.
That's not too bad.
All right, nice exit. So every time we make a delivery, there's a checkpoint that's reached, and it'll make it easier for him to, if he has a death, to reset and not lose too much time. But this is one of the harder splits. He's going to have to take a key from the mines all the way through the end of the ice cave. So this is the first thing approaching a real full Spelunky run that you'll see on the stream so far.
This is the part where we need to go back to the mines, like I mentioned before. We're looking for the key, the golden key. It's going to be, it's random where it is, of course, because that's how this game is. But it's going to be in one of the last 3 levels of this area. That's all I know. So I got to look around for it. There are some there's one tell that it's on the level you're in, and that's the chest that unlocks the key, or that the key unlocks. So if I see that, I know it's on this level, but I don't think it's on this one. I didn't really get to see too much of it, though.
The chest is usually on the main path, and that can tell you to go back and find the key, but he has such low resources that it is a lot safer. Okay, so he sees the chest. The key is on this level. The question is, where is it? And the key can be anywhere.
There it is.
Yeah, this is actually a nice change in the RNG. We get the key right on the main path. He's going to take a second to get a damsel. The difference between having 4 and 5 health is a big difference. Some of the traps do 4 damage, and really good safety move here.
So I don't know if we explained that, but the turning into damsel to the exit gives you an extra health. So. All right, so basically, this is the last delivery to unlock the last shortcut into the final area, the temple. And we need to carry the key all the way through all the areas we've seen so far. And like I said, how the whip is like such an underrated item and one of the most powerful items in the game. I don't actually get to use it very much because I'm holding an item. So that's what makes the key split pretty hard.
Yeah, he's doing basically a low percent run, which is one of the more popular runs in our community, which doesn't let you pick up any items, except it's harder because he actually has his hands full the whole time. So if he loses the key or if he dies, both ways we'll have to have him start out at the beginning of the mines again.
Yeah, there's a good few times where runners die on the last level of the ice caves with the key, so they have to go all the way back to the beginning. So we should really stress how important this split is. Is there a way to describe that, Ix?
I can't think of anything that you haven't said.
Perhaps it's, I guess I could say it's the key split of the run.
We talked about this.
It's so bad. Boo.
As the host, I approve of this one.
Thank you.
GDQ crowd is waking up. All it takes is puns.
I'm being shamed.
Or did he give you a sticker? What was that?
That's a yellow card.
Oh, no! All right, so 3 more levels. This is, even though they're not harder, this is where it starts to get really stressful. The time loss if you don't deliver the key here is pretty substantial, but looking good so far. Really good resource situation. I don't think you've taken any damage yet, and
yeah, this is going really well. I think this might be 3-4. I think
3-3. Don't get too excited.
My pro HUD got turned off.
Yeah.
So I don't. Normally, the
More
HUD tells you what level you're on, but I reset the game and it didn't save. But it's okay.
All right, so one more level.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
That's
use
it.
grip.
Yeah, so he knows exactly how long he can jump before taking fall damage, but he is delivered. Assuming he pushes the right button, and he does. All right, so we're into the temple for the first time. He's got enough resources that he's actually going to try to continue and take out Olmec on his first life here. So,
Yeah, this category is called All Shortcuts plus Olmec. So we've gotten all the shortcuts. So we're just gonna have to try and get the boss now.
so 2 more main levels in the temple, and then we'll see Olmec, our first boss here. Looking good. Really critical. Well, he avoids the arrow entirely, but very tight corridor. If you get hit by an arrow there, you're probably also taking 4 damage from a tiki trap.
Yeah, and if you get caught on one of those thwomp blocks, that's an instant death.
Yeah, almost everything in here just kills you. Even if it's 1 damage, it leads to you taking more damage elsewhere.
Yeah, if you get
Lava.
stunned basically anywhere, you get kind of in a stun lock, and a lot of things will end up just killing you from that. All right, so
Right.
we're on Olmec,
We're on Olmec,
and
yeah.
we have 3 bombs. So
First instance of the 3 bomb strat on Olmec. This is invented by community member Cold. And Meow's going to actually tap bomb at the very beginning of this level once he takes control. And it's going to skip a full stop by Olmec. So,
oh no, it messed up.
in theory.
I think I was a little slow on it, so that was the issue there. But it's okay. I don't really need it.
All right, so he was getting pretty lucky that there weren't any spawns at the beginning, but this is going to be kind of a tough hole to get out of. We might be soft locked or close to it. Okay, doing everything he can to keep this run alive. And he stomps through.
Wow, okay.
Those
That was a
snails at the
weird...
bottom. We're going to get time soon, by the way.
Oh yeah, as soon as all right,
Right, makes
and
it
it's
through.
going up.
And
Time.
All right, nice job, Meow. Well done.
21, 41.
Pretty good for
That's
the.
not too bad.
You're going through the worm as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so that is Spelunky. We showed off most of the areas except for the secret 5th one. But
Yeah.
that's how you get all the shortcuts and destroy Olmec. That's not a typical way of destroying Olmec, but it works.
Meow strats. Well done.
So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for having me. I want to give a shout out to Kinajup, the main man of the Spelunky community. He ran AGQ last year, and Saturnin.
All right.
And thanks to all my friends back at home for watching.
Nicely done.
All right.
Job well done there. Thank you so much for that run, meowmixmix. Lots of fun, as always, with Spelunky. It's always always fun to watch. All right, so I just want to remind everybody that we are raising money for the various charities here that are at TwitchCon. One of those charities is the Call of Duty Endowment Fund, which is a nonprofit that helps unemployed veterans get high-quality jobs after their military service. So far, they've funded the placement of over 40,000 veterans, but with a high unemployment rate for young vets, there's still more work to do. You can help them reach their goal of placing 50,000 vets in jobs by 2019, and you can learn more about that at callofdutyendowment.org. We also have a couple challenges coming up, as well as another bid war for Titanfall 2 in the future here, as you can see on screen coming up after Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. There's the Kill the MRVN, as well as Spare the MRVN bid war, as well as a glitch exhibition challenge mode. We meet the $3,000 for that. Which will be a glitch exhibition after the Titanfall 2 run. Speaking of which, we also have a extra challenge mode edition for Strafe, which will be coming up right after Shantae here. If we can reach the $2,500 by the end of Shantae, we can get that in. Right now we only have 55 towards that incentive, but I think that's something we could definitely do. That will allow the runner to play a secret hidden minigame called Totino's Quest, which is hidden within Strafe. So if you want to see that, go ahead and get those donations in, as well as towards the Glitch exhibition for Titanfall 2 coming up later. Speaking of donations, we have a couple donations here that I will be reading. We have a $25 donation from Commodore C6457, who says, "Greetings, 8-bit forever." We also had a $10 donation from Lou D82. Says, "What a great way to start the weekend. Thanks to everyone for putting it on, and good luck, Meow, on that Spelunky run, which you just completed here." Actually, I'm not sure if I read that one already. I might have forgot to hit read on that one. Heck. We did have a $50 donation, though, from Sunspark. Thank you so much for that donation. We are currently setting up for Shantae here, which is the original Game Boy release of the Shantae. Well, actually, it started off the entire Shantae series, which, by the way, if you also haven't played Shantae Half Genie Hero, which is the newest one, I would highly suggest that game. It's one of my favorites. And of course, after Shantae coming up here with Winterbit, we will have Strafe, Millennium Edition, any percent Cedar Run by Hupfen. Also a Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze run in funky mode with Spike Vegeta. And Titanfall 2, any percent with Brianato. All right, looks like we're still getting set up for Shantae here. Couple more quick donations. We have a $15 donation from Hugh Conway, who says, "I missed the stream, but I caught the replay. GG to the Cov on his Cowlitz Gamers run." I also want to give a special shout out to all the runners and everybody here at GDQx, especially this early in the morning. I know I got up at 2 in the morning for my run and hosting, so it's really awesome to be in a mostly empty convention center to help support this for the morning. As well as everybody who is up and watching the stream, of course. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the stream. If you are enjoying the content, we are raising money for the various charities here at TwitchCon, so any donations would go towards those charities. Also, we have all these incentives, prizes, and other such awesome things going on here at GDQx that you can go ahead and throw that money towards. All right, we're going to go throw this over to Sent for prizes.
Looks like we already have. Thank you so much, Boix. Hello, everyone. My name is Sent, and I'm here to do two things. Tell you guys about all the awesome prizes and incentives you can donate towards coming up, and pretend to do the fake stare thing. It's actually, it comes with the desk. If you get a desk, you gotta do the fake stare thing behind it. It's part of the contract. You get used to it. So we have a couple of really awesome things that you guys can donate for right now through the end of Shantae, which is actually our next run. So if you guys are interested in any of these prizes, you gotta get those donations in within, the next hour or so during that run. So first off, from our good friends over at Fangamer and Capcom, we have this lovely Bionic Commando Rad Explosion shirt. I love this shirt. Anyone who's played Bionic Commando knows exactly what's going on here. It's that triumphant moment where Master D's head, it goes explode, and everyone loves it. Awesome shirt, and hey, it comes in your choice of size from our friends over at Fangamer. You don't have to get this one. I've touched this one. Nobody wants this one. We're gonna put it over there. Don't worry about it. From our anonymous donor, we have this cute little Koopa Troopa plushie. Only a $5 minimum donation to get in to win this guy. I mean, come on. Someone's got to love him. Someone's got to love the Koopa Troopa. It's not all about Mario. Okay, it's all about Mario. Let's be honest. Sorry, Koopa. You're going over here now. From our good friend Lee C, we have some beautiful Final Fantasy parlors here. We got a little white mage and a little black mage. They're just very well done parlors. I really love Lee's parlor work. Again, I talked about it a little earlier, but there are kind of two styles to parlors. Trying to completely melt the parlor down to a smooth surface and leaving as much of a gap as possible to give it almost a mesh texture. And I think you actually can see with this much of a zoom in just like how see-through these parlors really are. You can see my shirt right through them. The melts on these are amazing. And I mean, guys, these are only a $5 minimum donation for the both of them. So, hey, get those donations in. Speaking of great parlors, on the other side of things, we have these beautiful Shantae parlors. We have Risky Boots here. And we have one of Shantae as well that I'm going to hold up in a second. These come to us from our good friend Listar, and they follow the opposite philosophy. They are very well melted. You can see that's just a smooth-looking surface. You probably can't even tell they're beads from that distance away, and the camera zoomed in pretty far. Both of these are really nice, and again, I believe they're only a $5 minimum donation from now until the end of Shantae. So hey, get those donations in. A couple more things to show you guys. We have this beautiful Girl and the Robot Perler. I honestly know absolutely nothing about the game, but I'm going to tell you what, just from the look of this Perler, I kind of want to know a little more about it. And yeah, I mean, come on, look at the Perler. It's really cool. It's a $10 Perler. It's a little bigger, and it's done with micro beads. They're so small, I'm not even sure they're even really showing up on camera, but they're super hard to work with. You have to be incredibly delicate with your melting, or everything just goes absolutely wrong. A couple more things to show you guys. So we have this lovely Shovel Knight soundtrack. This is actually donated by some guy named Sent. I don't know, probably a weirdo. No, a good friend of mine who works with Yacht Club Games gave me one of the copies of the soundtrack a couple of years ago, and it's, in all honesty, just kind of been sitting on my shelf. I figured, hey, why don't I give it back to charity, see if somebody out there can find a good home with it, maybe someone with an actual CD player. Game has an amazing soundtrack by Jake Kaufman and Miname Matsume. So, hey, $10 minimum donation, someone's going to get a great soundtrack tonight. Last but not least, we have this beautiful Castlevania mashup poster here in the style of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Great movie, great game series, and it just works really well together. I love the composition of this piece, and hey, only $5 minimum donation to possibly win that poster. I'd love to hang it up on my wall somewhere. So make sure to get in your donations for that. And last but not least, guys, keep in mind we always have our grand prize, which is a pretty sweet gaming PC. It's worth about $1,200, and all you need to do to enter that for that is to donate $100 at any point throughout the marathon cumulatively. So hey, $10 donation now, $10 donation later, you're almost there. If you want to find the full specs on that PC, you can head over to gamesdonequick.com, check out the tracker, because that's going to give you all the information on upcoming runs, upcoming incentives, and upcoming prizes, when they're available, how much you guys are going to need to donate for them, everything you could possibly want to know. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, so I'm going to throw it back up to the front, and my good friend The Boix as we get ready for Shantae by our friend Winterbit.
Excellent. I don't know where he went, but just disappeared. That was crazy. Thank you, Sen. All right, we are getting set up here. So for Shantae, by the looks of it. So let's go ahead and read a quick blurb here. By the way, we are raising money for the charities here at TwitchCon. One of those charities is the Make-A-Wish Foundation. They are the world's leading children's wish-granting organization, serving children in more than 50 countries worldwide. Your donation will help Make-A-Wish get closer to achieving our global vision of granting the wish of every eligible child. You can download their toolkit, create your own campaign, and start fundraising today at streamftw.worldwishnetwork.com. Oh my god, that is a tasty burrito, my friend. Ooh. Okay, I don't think it's okay for us to put that burrito on the prize list, but I kind of want to. We cannot mail the burrito. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, Couch is trying to ask if I can eat the rest of the burrito in one sitting for some sort of fundraising, and this is a bad idea.